The Consumer Electronics Show is the place for tech brands to launch new products. So phones, TVs, computers, and then also weird stuff like electric surfboards and smart hairbrushes. But it's also becoming more and more important for bikes. We're seeing loads of gadgets and tech launched there as well. So coming up are some of our highlights. First up, aimed at city riders and commuters, it is the ELLIPSE bike lock from LATTIS. Now, as well as being a lock, obs, it's also a smart lock, meaning that it can send you an alert if someone is even trying to tamper with your bike. Now, they restrict that alert to a range of 200 meters, which is pretty much within comfortable running distance, I think. It's also keyless, so you use your phone to unlock it. And then, best of all, I think it's solar powered, so you don't need to charge it, which to my mind is the constant downfall of smart products. Who would want to charge their bike lock after all? Now, another one for commuters and city riders is the WAIR anti-pollution mask. It has a built-in filtration mask to try to protect you from harmful pollutants, but then it also has a sensor that constantly measures the quality of the air. When it gets bad enough, it will send you an alert via your phone, which means that you only need to put the scarf over your face when you really need it. All right, what about bikes then? Well, last year, tech giant LEECO showcased their smart bike. And then for 2017, they were back with this, the new smart bike, and it even won an award. Let's get past the initial hurdle, shall we? It frankly looks a little bit like a rip-off of a TREKZ. But the frame isn't the important bit here. The fact that it has a built-in 4.5-inch display into the integrated bar and stem unit that houses an Android operating system is quite cool. Now, it basically functions as a standard high-tech GPS unit. There are a few added extras, like a walkie-talkie, and then there is also this, handlebar-mounted laser beams. Yeah, handlebar-mounted laser beams. Right, moving on, another brand that does smart bikes that we might be more familiar with is the Chinese company SPEEDX, and they were showcasing their latest prototype, the Unicorn. It's supposedly going to be the first production bike to have an integrated power meter. Yeah, right, who fancies a smart cycling helmet? Well, if you do, there's this, the COROS LINX. Now, its smartness lies in its ability to connect to your phone, which will allow you therefore to listen to music and also take calls hands-free while riding. And it's able to do this through one of its other features, which is built-in bone-conducting headphones. Now, many people feel that these are the only really safe way of listening to music whilst riding because they don't interfere with you hearing ambient noise. Much, in fact, like these ones as well, which are called the AFTERSHOKZ TREKZ Titanium. They are Bluetooth-enabled bone-conducting headphones, and apparently they're already available to buy, should you wish. Okay, this smart cycling backpack really caught our attention. The makers, ROYOLE, actually won a couple of awards at the show for their flexible smart electronics, and one of them was because they built it into this backpack designed for cycling, giving you, wait for it, lights and indicators. Yeah, you control them by moving your hand over motion sensors that are housed on the rucksack straps, apparently. You know what? I quite like that. Genuine innovation there. Okay, what about e-bikes? They are as electronic as it gets, surely. And yes, the show did not disappoint. FALCO took the opportunity to launch their new e-drive wheel. Put it into any bike and it will give you a range of up to 100 miles and up to 28 miles per hour. Although, it must be said, you definitely wouldn't want to forget to charge this. The motor alone weighs 5.9 kilos and the battery, 2.5. So I'll just put it out there. And then, the thing that I can't quite get my head around is that it can also act as a smart trainer. That's right, instead of just being able to power you forward, it can also provide up to 1,000 watts of resistance, and it can also connect up to Zwift. Well then, there are our top tech gadgets from the CES. Nothing, I'll admit, to excite me quite as much as whale-inspired carbon wheels or indeed wireless grip sets, but nevertheless, some really, really interesting bits and bobs, and I think stuff that will genuinely be of use to some cyclists out there. Just all I can think of now is if only poor old Dan Lloyd still had use for a smart hairbrush. No. Okay, right, make sure that you have subscribed to GCN. We've got loads of tech stuff on the channel, and there's going to be more coming from all the shows and the product launches that are coming out this year. So subscribe, and then you're always in the right place. If you want a little bit more content now on tech, then if you click just down there, you get through to Lloydie out at Vegas, but at a bike show this time, checking out the trends for this year, or indeed, we've got some really weird tech that I found at the Taipei show, going back nearly a year now. That one is just there.